Yeah, so regarding Orthodoxy and like evangelism, spreading the faith, Orthodoxy has a missionary component and has missionaries, has a missionary center, has a like, focus on missions and growing the faith. But Orthodoxy comes from all of Russia converted to Orthodoxy, the whole Rus land and people, Greeks, where they found Christ and they're the church, you can't think of really like evangelization happening in some of like the places where Orthodoxy, like where the actual roots of Orthodoxy are. That's a reference to your thing. It's fine. It's like that's the place where Orthodoxy is. In America, in a plural society with immigration, it's different. And evangelism of the Orthodox Church is like living the faith. It doesn't mean that there shouldn't be outreach and inviting people. I mean, anything we do, we invite people. We just did a bake sale. We invited all the neighbors. Like we told all the neighbors to come, like all these people. And the hope really isn't to sell brownies. The hope is they like see that we're their neighbors. We don't have like it's not a trick though. It wasn't like, you thought you were buying brownies, but now you have to listen to us do the liturgy or something. It's not like that. But people are interested. So I would say there's two ways to answer this question. There's one, like on the personal level, how do I share my faith? And then there's like, how does the church share the faith? On a personal level, I think it's really easy, partially because I'm always wearing this. So I go into a restaurant, everybody's like, oh, the priest is buying, a salad or whatever he's doing, So people know I'm a priest, Oftentimes, actually, it leads to people coming up to me and saying, will you pray for me? I have surgery or I'm in trouble or whatever. So one time I met one of our parishioners as a police officer, and we were at a Starbucks or something, and someone came up, and I'm like, this is so fun, like for them. There's this priest and this cop, they like don't know who they should talk to first or something. But I think as lay people, it's just living the faith. It is living the faith and not having a separate life, not having like, well, I do my faith at church, but here we got to get ahead or something. It's like, I own a business. How do I run it faithfully as a Christian? That's how you share the faith. Like I have employees, I have a boss, I have coworkers. Am I joking around coarsely, or am I living the faith? And it's just being yourself all the time, a faithful Christian all the time, and inviting people to things and talking about things. And no, I don't want to go drinking on Friday night. We try to keep a fast on Fridays. It's the day the Lord died on the cross. Like we kind of hold it all almost the entire year. So, and it's just living in the light of God. And then sharing things, I met a guy, actually I went to a friend's birthday party. She turned 60 and she had a birthday party and I went. Actually, it was on a Saturday night. And of course, I'm in this. I don't wear like shorts and a t-shirt, so I'm in my cassock. I go. And this guy came up and he said, you're Orthodox? Are you Orthodox? I'm like, yeah, Orthodox. And he goes, we have Orthodox friends that keep giving me books. He goes, I probably have a library of books. I'm like, you've got great friends. These Orthodox friends of his are reading stuff they think is great, whatever it is, and they're saying, I'm going to get an extra copy for our friend because I love this guy. It'd be great if he read this. I always say, like, people come here, like, talking about, like, giving people books or, like sharing your faith. Like, I would say the main goal, forgive me, this may be wrong, so I'm sure you'll get some text if it's wrong. Like, the main goal shouldn't be, like, I've got to figure out how to convert them to Orthodoxy. The main goal is I'm going to share my life and my love and my faith with them. And the Lord use it to draw them closer to Him. Like, that's the goal. I happen to think like that happens easiest and best in the Orthodox Church. Like that's why I'm sitting, this is what happened to me, So like, but I don't think the main goal is like, how do I can talk this guy into Orthodoxy? It's like, how do I share something that would draw them closer to the Lord, So it's not going to be, I don't even want to mention anything, but it's going to be Orthodox material. It's going to be Orthodox stuff. It's going to be come and see this, or you have to come to Pascha with us. It starts in the middle of the night and goes all night long. You've got to see this. You've got to be there. It's like to experience things. And I think the Orthodox Church, like, like so personal, that was personal. And just like on an upper, like higher level, I think it's the Orthodox Church not being just like a club, to stop being kind of like either a club that's around kind of an ethnicity or something, but just to be the actual church, to be in a place and to pray the prayers and to love the people that come and to, on another level, we send missionaries to different places. We run orphanages and all kinds of things in Mexico, very beautiful Project Mexico, and in Guatemala and many other places, not just those two. And things going out, all over the world, and like relief organizations and missionary organizations and all this that's happening. But I think it's primarily done in America by Orthodoxy not joining the way of the world. It's like just following what's been handed down and being faithful to it. And it's alive. Like, it's not stagnant or boring or whatever. It's alive. And so while the other churches are embracing the world, maybe I shouldn't say it so hard, while some churches, or while that has happened, Orthodoxy is just staying the course. It's not like Orthodoxy is like radically conservative. It's like Orthodoxy is just the church. So if Orthodoxy remains true, that's our whole program, and then that becomes a big voice. When you're not for gay marriage or something, you become like this radical crazy person. It's like, well, we've never had it before. We don't understand why anybody would do that. It's not what we do. So this is like the church. Like, if the church just is herself, that's it. Like, I think that's the whole program. And then we send missionaries out to share that, and we have programs and do different things. But for us, like, the main thing isn't a program. It really isn't like a program. It really is going to the local church and praying the prayers, and that becomes a radical like statement, and people are hungry. They're hungry for the Lord. They're hungry for something that's transcendent and stable. It's not moving. It's not going somewhere. It's not going to become something weird, and the gates of hell, will not prevail against it. It is just going.